All right, and we're live. Literally anything at the Getty Center. Let's see here. Hey, Alana. Hi, the Getty. Hi, Al Sherman, Printmaster. Good to see you guys. Hey, Havana Club and Plain Rain. I like your name, Plain Rain. Welcome. We are actually, today, this is a lie that we're showing you on the screen right now. We're actually at the Getty Villa, which is super exciting. Hey, G-Sing. And thanks always for inviting your friends, guys. We love the hearts, and you're so kind to us. What up? So, welcome. We're at the Getty Villa today, and once again we have a special guest. So, I'm Andrew. This is literally anything, but you see me every week. So, take a look.
Hello.
Hooray! We've got another wonderful friend here. Can you tell them a little bit about yourself?
I'm Nicole Budrovich. I'm a curatorial assistant here at the Villa.
Amazing. And Nicole's going to be looking with us today at some really fascinating objects that are part of a new special exhibition. Let's take a look. Guys, bam.
Yeah, bam.
What is this? What are we looking at, Nicole?
We're looking at a floor mosaic. It's currently on a wall.
Wait, why is it on a wall?
Yeah, it's on a wall because that's how we display, sometimes we display these, but it would have originally been on the floor, and you would have walked around and over it, so you have to kind of imagine that.
Oh, okay.
And you can see we have a dramatic central scene surrounded by these kind of meandering patterns that would encourage this movement over the floor.
So we've got some comments already. Is this a stalemate? Is this like the original Dan Daniel? Like what's going on?
The representation?
Yeah.
This is for most people we might not recognize it, but it's a really famous scene from Virgil's Aeneid, Book 5.
Yeah, I don't recognize it.
And it's this boxing match between this old guy,
the
here,
old guy is the one here
like
to the
Rocky
right?
in his end years. Yeah, Rocky, he's Entellus, and he fights Dares, this young upstart. And you can kind of tell Dares has lost, he's got blood dripping.
Oh, wow. So that's literally
the mosaicist,
blood dripping from his head.
Blood dripping from his head. And as part of the contest, Entellus was awarded this prize bull. And
so the bull is a prize.
The prize, right. But he kind of, to showcase his strength and everything, and to...
I see. So they're not fighting over the bull or anything?
They're not fighting over the bull, but right after he wins, Entellus punches the bull in the head, and its brains go flying as a symbol of his strength and as a sacrifice to the gods. So you can see there's some blood coming out of the head of the poor bull.
Wow, there's so much violence here.
Yeah,
is that
pretty
typical?
Violent. Actually, on floor mosaics, you're surprised by how much violence there is, and people would dine and talk about these, but it was also part of Roman literature, so...
That's really wild. I didn't realize that it would be so gory when we were talking about a floor mosaic.
Yeah, and you can see they're nude in the classical kind of nude athletics, but they're wearing these distinctive castus gloves, these boxing gloves that would have had lead and iron in them. Yeah. And the mosaicists kind of hinted at this with these stones that are bluish gray. You wouldn't want to get hit in the face with one of those, but...
Yeah. So you mentioned that this would be a floor mosaic. What kind of building would this be in? And also, why are they naked?
And why are they naked? So naked, because in antiquity, the idea was or at least Greek athletics, you'd fight naked. This is kind of historically projecting that onto Roman past, but...
I see. So in ancient Greece...
In ancient Greece, you'd fight naked, but you wouldn't and that's how it's often represented, but that we don't know how much that happened in reality.
So this is the halfway point. If you're just joining us, I'm Andrew, and this is Literally Anything. We do this every week, Tuesday at noon. And today we're looking at a very specific object, the combat between Dares and Entellus, which I'm just learning how to say.
And it would have originally decorated the floor of we think a dining room, a triclinium, but also could have been a reception room. You would have set up couches around it, drank wine, talked about the mosaic, maybe not.
And this is really big, actually.
It's big.
Would you mind going in just to give us a sense of scale? This thing is huge.
And this was the centerpiece of a very large floor. So it had white floor all around it. And you'd sit on the white part, but this was kind of in the middle of the room.
Oh, so you sit on the border or the frame.
Yeah,
and
so you can see it, because you don't want to cover the scene.
I see. Yeah. Very cool. Fun.
So this comes from a Roman villa in southern France. It was an agricultural villa, and amazingly for this exhibition, we have a companion piece to this here at the Getty.
Let's take a look. So we'll swing around here.
Just next door to this room was another dining or reception room with this mosaic.
And now this is actually on the floor.
This is on the floor, and actually let's walk around this way.
I know, guys, some of you are like, whoa, I came for the art and there's so much more. You're right.
So this shows another highly Roman scene of Diana and Callisto, but more importantly...
Are those the central figures?
They're the central figures, yeah.
Okay.
So you can see Diana, she's got our Artemis, she's got her hunting boots, her short tunic.
I'll swing around this way, guys, so you can
way.
actually see it from the front.
And she's casting out Callisto, who has been unfaithful to the vow of chastity by getting pregnant by Zeus. So now she's getting cast out.
Chaste.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then surrounded by these kind of hunting friezes with things you find in Gaul, but also animals in the amphitheater.
And then where was this originally? Was it in the same place?
Same villa, just next door.
Okay, in France.
In France. And it's interesting to think what the owner of this villa, he was probably trying to showcase his knowledge of Roman literature, but also wanted to have these fancy scenes decorating his floors.
Wow. So we've only got about 30 seconds left, so I'm wondering, what questions do you all have at this point? Anything you'd like to know about these objects? Yeah, totally. Hard eyes all over this.
One fun thing to mention, are there questions?
Yeah, so this thing is super well preserved.
Well preserved, but one thing to note, the whole top is restored, but so you can it's hard to see in these images, but if you just get close, you can kind of see the surface quality of this mosaic is actually pretty well preserved. The Darius and Tellus one has had different treatment, but this one you can see the tesserae and kind of in between them.
And so what is the actual material?
Stone.
So they are stone tiles.
Stone with some blue glass or blue paste glass.
Okay, and they're authentic to the original time with the exception of the restored portions.
Yes.
We know that this one on the floor is owned by LACMA, which for those of you in Los Angeles, right around the corner, but you can also come to the villa to see them. They are from around the year 170 to 200 AD, and they were originally located in this, as we said before, in the villa in southern France. Contemporary France. It wasn't France at the time.
I should say go ahead. Oh, one last thing. This is the first time they've been reunited for public display in about 100 years.
That's amazing.
Because they've been in separate collections, they were both with Hearst, but then they went through these collections and now they're back on display together.
And now they're here together. Very cool. Well, thank you so much, Nicole. We really appreciate you joining us this week. Everybody, feel free to join us again. We're here every Tuesday, literally anything. Follow us on Twitter @TheGetty to pick next week's object. And always remember to look at the beautiful things around you. Much love, guys. Bye.